PoE 1 felt way better. This is a video Quin made about Path of Exile 2. Let's take a look at it.
I played Warrior and I played Huntress. A bit clunky.
Nah, man, it was hard. My first pack of monsters killed me. The freaking environment was insane. The character looks cool. The attacks were pretty cool. The animation's good.
I think most people quit PoE 1.
It's just slow as.
All of them are selling for gold. Did I buy orbs? How does this work? Wait, does this sell for gold?
What the fuck is this? Gold?
Okay, and I buy things for gold.
What
and I
is
don't
this?
buy orbs. And I haven't found any orbs, but I think we saw an orb. Right, do I have an instant life?
What is going on with gold? Why is gold?
I feel like everybody is freaking out about gold in PoE 2. People are going so crazy about this. I don't think it's a big deal. You use gold to buy items from vendors. What the fuck is the problem with that? That's fine.
In the game.
Now, I am not sure how I feel about gold yet. I wonder how that's going to be used in the end game and stuff.
Yeah, I don't think that's a big
the
deal.
thing I'm the most skeptical about so far.
There's no way that gold is real.
That was an interesting one. But I mean, it could be interesting. It could be good.
They're just fucking with people.
We'll just have to wait and see. A lot of my predictions.
But there's no way they actually put gold in the game, right?
My rewatch.
It's not gold in the capacity. Yeah, it's not. It's not the way that people think it is. It's kind of a big deal. Will lead to tons more RMT. I think it's like, I don't want to see, again, I said this with Diablo 4 a lot. I don't want to see a game be handicapped in its quality and be made unintuitive for new players or hard to understand because you're worried about RMT. There is RMT in PoE that's in the game right now. That's just what, there's going to be RMT no matter what. I don't want to see the game handicapped because some people might cheat.
Echo, can I just throw that in comment? Wait, okay, how does this work? Am I going to get 6 or 4? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? I pull up, log in, dude. Okay. Spell sick. Wow.
Yeah, I've said before that I actually would be okay with a currency marketplace, but I think that the item marketplace and the item selling should be the same. Because the currency marketplace, like for anybody who actually plays Path of Exile, knows that everybody that you're buying and selling currency from are just bots. They're all just fucking bots. Like, what is this?
Oh. They've disabled the skill. No, wait. Really? Surely. Skill panel. Character screen. Oh, no. I can't see it. I want the skill tree. Okay, Arc is really good. Okay, I know.
That's, I mean, that makes sense, right? That makes sense. That makes sense.
Wow, that's so smooth. Just...
Hey, Sis just died. Let's go.
Oh, so
Let's go.
They said. Okay. Oh no, I'm gonna die again.
I feel like one of the reasons why people die a lot in PoE 2, like what I've seen, is that people play PoE 2 like they play PoE 1. And so like they overpull and they grab a bunch of mobs and AoE them all down. But like that's just not the way the game's meant to be played.
Again. It's like a little bit of a delay.
I do think that like as people get better gear in PoE 2 and like you have like 5 seasons or 10 seasons into Path of Exile 2, I do think that the gameplay will get closer to PoE 1, where like it's clearing screens, AoEing things down, etc. I feel like that's what's going to happen.
Oh.
And it's not even a hard boss.
Yo, this guy again! Let's go!
We haven't even done a hard boss. Oh, that was
Let's go! Okay, that's good. All right.
Yeah, the map is a lot better too. This is infinitely better than the current PoE map.
I have to run back.
Whoa, that's a weird looking map. What the fuck?
Yeah.
We checked Survey, right?
That's a weird looking map.
Oh wow, oh wow.
Dude, what's he doing? What's he doing?
Oh no.
What's he doing?
That's hard.
I don't know if he's like this gameplay, chat, I'm gonna be honest.
I want a higher stun threshold.
I don't know if this is like this gameplay. Oh!
Because it's not.
One thing that I don't like about PoE 1, and I hope they change the way it's designed, is the stun. I really don't like the flinch mechanic whenever a mob hits you for a lot of damage and it makes your character flinch or get stunned. I feel like that's one of the worst feeling mechanics in the entire game.
Wow. I actually can't get a spell off.
The help potions, the help potions.
I think they just probably haven't updated it.
What's happening,
Sis? Not in a good spot here. My name is Isrin. Hope you guys are enjoying XLCon and try to die less than I do.
You died a lot.
Yo, what the fuck is going on there, brother?
The map's blocking the screen.
Wait, you played?
Yeah, I did.
I just think they'll probably update that later.
Yeah, so I want to hear the disability text.
Okay.
Okay, so you just played what? 45 minutes of the game.
Yeah, I played Warrior and I played Huntress.
Okay. You play Warrior and Huntress.
A bit clunky.
A bit clunky.
Yeah.
I've heard that a couple times now.
I need a dedicated movement skill. We only have the fucking roll. Although Warrior did have Leap Slam, but the cast time is like a million years. It's
Clunky. I wonder if it's actually clunky or if, because I haven't played it, right? So I'm not sure. But, or it's just a lot slower than PoE 1, so people aren't used to the difference. Yeah, I don't know yet.
No links, you fucking Z DPS. I counted a rare, and I face tanked it, and its life regen just, I couldn't kill it, is what it is.
You couldn't kill the rare. Oh.
I mean, I don't, that's probably a bit much. You know, I guess it's animations. Yeah, animations, I think, determine clunkiness, whereas, like, the speed doesn't determine clunkiness usually.
Oh, shit. So wait, if you're giving a PoE rating out of 10 right now after your first 45-minute experience.
Honestly?
Yeah.
I mean, PoE 1 felt way better. I mean, but I felt with no gear, right? We're just like,
Yeah.
I mean, the skills were cool, but PoE just felt weird to me. Because, when you play it, the mouse sensitivity is fucking off. You have to move like 10 yards just to move your mouse a little bit. It feels fucking off.
Oh my god. PoE 1 was better, dude. Ruthless was the beta.
Yeah, it feels like I'm playing Ruthless.
It feels like you're playing Ruthless.
I feel like, who played PoE in like 2013? Because PoE in 2013 felt a lot like Ruthless. Am I crazy? Because that's the way it felt to me. Yeah, it did. And like there were some advantages of that.
Oh shit, what the fuck?
In fact, no, Ruthless was easier.
PoE then wasn't
compared to
good.
what the fuck that is.
Ruthless was easier.
Well, I think the demo is intentionally tuned though. You've got like your gears dog shit. Although maybe I should have tried the weapon swap thing a bit more, but yeah. I have no idea what the passive skills
Like animations where you're stuck in place. Yeah. So it was overtuned? Yeah, I bet that it was probably like super overtuned.
Okay, that's kind of despair, dude. Okay, you're kind of
Well, no, because you are massively undergeared.
Yeah.
You are massively undergeared.
Yeah.
But no links, like actually no links. You're one link. Then again, Ben did all Ubers on like a one link ultra, right? So,
Okay, well, that's one take. That's one take.
The only right take.
The right. Oh, okay. Dude.
It's the right
All
take.
We'll
Okay.
see about that. We'll see about that.
Michael just did the demo, so maybe get his take on
Okay.
it.
Oh yeah,
Have you touched it yet?
I watched the Ziz. I watched the Ziz experience, and he just died like a bitch repeatedly.
Yeah, I mean...
He died like died like a little bitch.
I'd love to see you play the character I just played. It would be
It's just already talking shit.
something.
I would annihilate Methel. I'm a D4 main. Okay,
Yeah. That's kind of why I think I sucked so much just now, because I had like the default like memory imprinted still.
Ooh.
It's tough to readjust, but nah, man, it was hard. Like it was, my first,
Hard or what?
my first pack of monsters killed me. So like I ran into the area, right, and it's like a hasted extra damage count.
I'm gonna laugh if like by the time the new beta comes out next year in June, like it's way fucking easier and everybody is like getting concerned about this for no reason and it just turns out to be a total joke when it comes out.
A few other like dudes, and I just got gangbanged and died, and I'm just like, okay, well,
Yeah.
Wait, what were you playing?
The warrior.
The warrior.
So basically like the marauder style thing.
Okay.
And like it's got like 3 attacks that have like 2-second wind-ups, and you just can't do anything, man. But also it starts you off with like hella weak shit. So you're
Okay,
level
wait.
45.
I thought it was sounding like you didn't have that great of an experience here.
I mean, I didn't have much like of an experience. I had like 15 minutes.
Yeah, I think this is kind of like a good example is that if you had made Dark Souls 3 first, and then you made Dark Souls 1 after Dark Souls 3, I think a lot of people would be saying the same thing about Dark Souls 1. Even though I think that Dark Souls 1's combat is in some ways more satisfying to me than Dark Souls 3. So it's one of those things where like because they slowed down the game a lot, I think that people will just like instinctively view it as a negative.
It wasn't much, and I had to try and speed run to the boss.
Well, you had 15 minutes. Wait,
In the end, it was something like that, yeah, because it like was a bit delayed because I tried to press some settings and it logged me out, and then we needed to find some guy to log us back in, so it was delayed.
Jesus Christ.
So
Okay.
didn't have much time, but yeah, nah, man, it's tough. Like they don't set you up with much, so very little life, barely any damage, slow as fuck attack speed, and everything seems to hit pretty fucking hard.
Okay, but with that in mind, Mathel, with that in mind, if you were, what would you say the gameplay experience was like?
This guy's just fucking, dude, this guy's, you guys can't see him. He's so happy that he's on the camera. He's so fucking happy. He's just been looking at the camera the whole time.
Obviously, adjusting for the fact that it was like you shitty character and stuff. Was the game good?
Yeah, I mean the freaking environment was insane. The character looks cool. The
Pulling
attacks
up
are
to
pretty
see
cool.
if he's on
the
stream right now.
animation's
Look
good.
Sounds like Diablo 4. You sound like you're describing Diablo 4 right now.
It sounds like I'm saying
Take a
Diablo
picture
4
of him.
bad.
Yeah, I mean that's.
Nah. Look, we all think that's the case, right? Where the animations and everything in D4
Mom, I
pre-polished
bet,
pretty
I
good.
bet Quin.
There's no systems behind that. So we're having this, and then there's systems behind it. Never-ending, customizable systems. So it's like, what the fuck's wrong with that?
That's good. True, that is good. Oh wait, so you would actually, but if they're gonna slow down PoE 2 to that amount though?
It's not gonna be slowed down to that amount.
I mean,
give me a fucking break.
Wait, maybe you hold this actually. Maybe.
I don't think it's going to get slowed down in the same way. I think that, like, if you look at Act 1, do you remember playing Act 1 after they redid Act 1? And like, they buffed everything? Yeah, do y'all remember that shit? Yo, Tai, yo, thank you very much for the raid, bro. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Like, that shit was really slow. And it was a lot harder. And I'm going to be honest. I almost quit the game in Act 1 one time. I was like, this is too hard. What the fuck, man? Why is it go so long? No. Right? I got through it, right? But god damn, this shit was not a joke. So like, I feel like this is what you can expect.
Why do you think they're doing PoE 1 and PoE 2 separate?
To tap the market. Like, it's to basically not make you run out of playing PoE. Because right now you play...
Really? You think that's what it is?
Well, they said it's going to be like...
I do think that could potentially backfire by fatiguing people. Like, it could just fatigue people because, like, they're so used to playing PoE that they're just like, okay, I'm done. That's too much, right? Because PoE is, like, a really, really involved game. But also, I think that the big reason is because they don't want to alienate their existing player base of PoE 1. That's the real reason, I think. It's because PoE 2 is so different in so many ways that they don't want to just like release this new game, like Overwatch 2, for example, and be like, yeah, the old game that you liked, that you played for 10 years, it's dead now and you can't play it anymore.
Kind of,
I think that's
staggered, alternating to some extent for the leagues and shit.
Do you think that would cause burnout if everyone was jamming that shit like that?
Yeah, that's what I'm
I mean, during you played like fucking.
Yeah,
You played.
it might burn me out. I don't know, but
Yeah.
like, I think that's the strategy right now, to go for it, to try and make sure that
Yeah, I think it's just because they didn't want to alienate like their existing player base, you know?
people that play for 2 to 4 weeks have some
That's
PoE
what
to
I
get
do.
back to sooner than another 8 weeks.
I have a theory, Mathel. I have a theory.
Yeah.
Okay. The reason why there's PoE 1 and PoE 2 is because PoE 1 is going to be the Zoomer PoE.
That could
PoE
be
2
as well.
is going to be the fucking slow down.
Yeah, that could be it as well. They could just
And
kind
it's
of like,
never gonna go crazy fast. They're gonna keep it like you know.
It could be. I absolutely can see that happening.
And what would your take be then with PoE 2 if they did that?
What's wrong with that?
Well, I mean, are you kidding me, Mathel? You have literal builds that are like the bit rate destroying builds, which annihilate like entire
I'm saying,
screens.
what's wrong with that? It's giving you choice, is what I'm saying. Because they're still going to keep working on PoE 1 in the same manner, right? So if you love PoE 1 the way it is, and they keep giving you more of it.
Yeah, but wouldn't PoE 1 be, I mean, considering that they made Crucible with one guy, Crucible League, one guy made it, do you not think that PoE 1 will just be like 3 dudes?
No, because
and they'll make like a league that people are going to play for, because they said they're going to release.
Well, if it's good, then who cares about how many people make it? Like, that's the way I see it. Yeah, who gives a shit? Like, it could be made by one guy, or like, I mean, how many people made Forspoken? Does that matter? No.
That, like, what, 3 weeks before PoE 2 leaks. So they just.
Well, I'm assuming that now that most of PoE 2's been, done, shipped, ready to go. Not all of it, but whatever, right? It's not as much of the development team is going to have to be focused strictly on PoE 2. I'd assume they're going to just, like, split it basically damn near down the middle and have half the guys working PoE 1, half of them working PoE 2.
I think it'll probably be based off of how many people are playing it. Like, realistically, like, if they see PoE 2 just completely takes off and is doing amazing, then they'll probably focus more on that. But I don't think they're going to just, like, stop support for the other game.
Half and half. No shot. No way, bro. No way.
Mate, if it's still good and still worth playing and it's got numbers and metrics in, right? Why would you keep working and investing a lot into it? Because all you're doing is selling smaller packs either way.
I think most people will quit PoE 1. My expectation is this level.
If it's slowed down in PoE 2 and you think
more people are going to quit PoE 1. I mean, you can look at like classic WoW and you can look at retail WoW. And I think people will always go back and forth. And I also don't think that like it has to be I'm quitting this game. I think there's going to be a lot of people who will play one for a while and then go back and then play the other one.
Yeah, it's not like it has to be one or the other. A lot of people are playing PoE right now for the Zoomer-esque shit. Why would they quit that for that if they still want to keep playing the alternate version?
Well, I think that a lot of new people are going to come into PoE 2. PoE's just going to be the fucking shit. It's going to be the hot shit that people are going to play. Don't get me wrong, there's going to be probably raging creators and stuff, like with massive changes to the gameplay or whatever. But ultimately, most people will just hit PoE 2, right?
Probably.
And people won't care about PoE 1 that much. It'll be kind of like WoW Classic. It'd be like WoW Classic or something.
Nowhere near WoW Classic.
It'd be like PoE Classic, right? It'd be like it'd be PoE Classic.
I get that a lot. I mean, you guys saw like all of the posts, like every single league that isn't received very well, people talk about, oh man, if you could just take me back to like, I think the leagues that everybody has like a lot of nostalgia for is like Ritual, Delirium, I like Delve, Legion. Yeah, I hear that all the time. So I think that's already happening.
I just don't see it like it's going to be quite like that. Like from what they're saying, it sounds like, basically more of the same of what we're getting with PoE 1 now, but I'd say it's going to be more because...
But if it's going to be more of the same, then why not just make it all PoE 2? This is the question.
Because as you just said, to branch off into two different directions. One for someone that wants a slower, whatever the fuck game. One for someone that wants a Zoomer game. But ultimately, like I'm saying, I think it's because they just want to, have a cycle where people have more PoE to do so that they're not stopping it.
Like, keep them addicted like good little fucking crack addicts.
Well, think about it.
Well, that's what WoW does, and I think that's a good decision, right? Because you keep people engaged with the game regularly. Like, for example, with WoW, like if you play World of Warcraft, you can play Classic and Retail at the same time because the patches don't come out at the same time.
Making a game, right? And you want people to play it for as long as possible, as much as possible. And currently,
not necessarily. You just want people to buy as much as possible. So maybe people.
And that gives more cycles for.
And I think also like one thing that's important with having a slower RPG or a slower game is that the mechanics have to be better. Like having better mechanics, I think will really carry the game a lot. And like just like little like small like nuances to combat will make it a lot more important. Because like if you're just doing the exact same thing, just like AoEing down mobs, but it just takes longer, that's not going to be fun. Yeah, it needs more strategy to it, exactly.
Supporter packs as well.
Yeah, but what if hypothetically people would take a break? I'm more likely to spend money. I don't know. I don't know if their goal is necessarily to. I feel like that. I mean, again, the way I see it, maybe I'm cooked. The way I see it is that they just want a redundancy. If PoE 2 causes like an uproar and there's like the Zoomers are having a riot, and then they can go, we'll just play PoE 1.
Yeah, exactly. I think Quin is right about this. I think that they're straight up doing it, so they're able to have like their core community of people, and they won't basically. I bet a lot of this and a lot of the decision. Like, even if they didn't make the decision because of this, I'm sure that they're more certain of the decision because of this, is because of Overwatch 2. Because Overwatch did the exact opposite of this, and the community hated it.
You haven't even tried it, yeah?
I haven't tried it. I want to play it.
Yeah.
Well, I played the game for 40 minutes yesterday. Okay.
What do you think?
PoE 2, 40 minutes. I couldn't stream it, obviously, otherwise I fucking would have. And, watching that gameplay, it's pretty representative of my experience. Your characters, every single attack is just slow as fuck. Yep. And it does very little damage. It does very little damage. And then it kind of feels like you're just playing like a shitty character in PoE 1. Like a really, like...
it's like you're stuck in Act 1 forever.
Like a two-handed a Moriori build
Yeah.
with no attack speed. It's like I'm talking. It's like Ruthless, except unironically you do more damage and have more. It's like Ruthless, but even slower and harder than Ruthless. Like I would say, Ruthless is like not even kidding. Ruthless is easier than whatever the fuck they're letting us play in PoE2. Now, I was playing, okay, let's be clear here. I was playing the game on a fucking keyboard. I don't play the game on a keyboard. I play the game on my gamepad. Now, I was also playing the game on a computer setup that I'm not used to with weird mouse sensitivity, which I'm not used to. On top of that, it was keybinds that I'm not used to, that I have no idea what the fuck, you know,
It's
they're
the
on
game.
these weird
It's
ass
the
fucking
game's
keybinds.
fault.
Man,
Yeah,
these
true.
fucking super weird keybinds that didn't make no sense. Yeah, I'm a gamepad gamer. I play it. It's like a
Fuck's a gamepad?
And then I was also playing on a fucking PC, and the game was going down to 40
Fuck's a
FPS.
gamepad?
And the computer specs were good. So, but the guy said apparently there's some performance. They basically the guy there, because the guy said, he said they're working on improving the performance because it's not supposed to go down that low. But the frame rate was low. Yeah. Now, if we just assume the controls are bad because I'm not used to it, the computer's shit because it's not optimized, and then they deliberately tuned it hard, which they haven't said, because they haven't said like, hey, we deliberately.
I don't know why. Yeah, they did say. Like, I guess at this point, yeah, they've come out and said that it was harder than it was intended. Like, I would love a game that had like the amount of what's the like the deliberate combat of Dark Souls 1. The slow, deliberate, visceral combat of Dark Souls 1 in a lot of ways feels better to me than Dark Souls 3.
Made this fucked up, guys. This is going to be different when the game actually releases. They haven't said that, right? Have you heard them say that once? Like, have you heard them say that once? I died a single time with the warrior, one time, and then I killed the boss of the huntress on the second attempt.
I like how it ends with, like, I guess maybe that's like his wife. Like, okay, honey, it's time to stop. I feel like by the time the game actually comes out, and not comes out, but like comes into beta, the experience is going to be completely different. And as long as fighting the bosses and stuff like that is entertaining and it's good gameplay, then that's what really matters. Like, everything else is kind of like whatever. Like, I think we need to sit there and we need to wait for the actual for the beta to come out, because they said it was overtuned. People weren't able to play more than like an hour. Like, it's very hard to say. And also, I think more methodical and slower combat is good for PoE. As I said, I think PoE is way too fast. Like, just over the years, and it's not even a developer's fault, really. It's just like, over the years, there's been so many things added into the game. Every time they've tried to slow down the game, the players freak out about it. So it's just like, they're just gonna let the players do what they want to do. PoE 1 is way too fucking crazy. It's too much, man. So I think it's good that they're gonna hopefully change it. They have a zero CD philosophy. I think they understand it to make it too slow. Yeah, I'm not sure yet. Such a strange take by Quin. He's judging the game from a preview without any real skill build. Well, he's basing it off of what he's seen. I think everybody knows it's not the beta, and the game's not out yet. But, like, giving your feedback on how the game feels whenever you play it, I think is really important. That's not a bad thing. And also, like, you know, how many times has, like, somebody died in PoE to something, and then you don't even know what killed them? Like, you have to go back and watch the stream, or, like, the clip at, like, 0.25% speed to even find the frame of, like, the half of the animation that they didn't see. Yeah, it's really, really bad. And that's the kind of stuff they need to clean up for PoE 2, because my opinion is, like, I feel like those experiences are so horrible. They're so, so bad. And it doesn't have to be like that. You know, most people love that, bro. You think people like that about PoE, is getting killed by things that you can't see? I don't think that's why people like PoE. Yeah, I really don't think so, man. There's no such thing as being wounded in PoE. You're either alive or dead. Here's my way of looking at it. Is that if I'm watching a PoE clip compilation and combat lasts more than 2 seconds, I'm watching a death clip. Like, if you hit the mob and it's not instantly dead, yeah, it's gonna kill you. 100%. And you know it. Imagine doing a campaign that takes forever every season. Bullshit, it needs to be faster, it'll be boring as fuck. Well, saying that the campaign needs to go by quickly and saying that gameplay is fast, these are two different things. The only thing I hate is there's too much mechanics from previous seasons. Yeah, it's hard for people to keep up. But yeah, I really hope this game is going to be good, because Diablo, like, you know, we'll see with Season 2. But the Malignant season was okay, but you know, it's the same shit, right? It's going to be the same shit. So we'll see what happens.